I still don't know why people bring their spouses onto the ultimatum. Like, I guess they're okay with giving them a hall pass. Like, I understand what it's supposed to be about, but okay, child, y'all gonna do what y'all want to do anyway. Why could it just how y'all is? And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
How we get up, just call back, right back. We can spend, then get it right back, man. She just gotta worry all of that, so that's why I bought.
All right, y'all. We are back, and it's time for us to get into the ultimatum. All right, right out the gate. I really don't see no black couples. I'm not even gonna hold you, and I don't know whether to be happy, disappointed. Cause I'm kind of like disappointed because I don't see no black folks, but then at the same time, kind of happy because y'all probably finna show y'all ass down here to the ultimatum. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We're gonna go ahead and get into the couples. And I know a few of you guys are gonna ask me to put pictures on the screen of the people that I'm talking about. I'm not gonna do that. So hopefully you guys can just slide over there to the Google or something, find who they are. But in this moment, that's not something that I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna jump right on into the episode. So we meet Jessica Grace and Idris. They've been together for about 2 years. They both want kids together, but she wants to be married first. So obviously there must be something he's not really ready to have, but he's ready to have a bigger commitment, which is children. Okay. Then you got Casey and David. Been together for 5 years. This man has given this woman 3 promise rings. Three. He said he promised to love her forever. He had to keep reassuring her and keep letting her know. And it's given to me, David, that you kept fucking up. That's what I'm thinking. You kept messing up, and that's why you had to keep showing her a promise ring. And I'm wondering, was it infidelity or something like that? Was it, you know, her ready to get married to you and you gave her another promise ring to string her along? Like, what was it? Then you got Monica and Luke. They've been together for about 4.5 years. She said she needs to have her career and her finances in line because she is a high maintenance woman. She said that they met at the age of 14, and she says that no, I think that's what he said. They met at the age of 14. They re-met again during COVID or whatever the case is. It seems like now that she kind of got her life together, she may be ready, you know what I'm saying, to get married. But then at the same time, it seemed like he might be the one that doesn't have his SHI together. So we'll have to see what's going on with those two. Then we have Blake and Haley. Been together for a year and a half. He said he's accomplished his goals or whatever the case is. Like he's achieved some of the things or most of the things he wanted to achieve. So he's ready to get married. And he talks about how he wants a big family with 5 to 6 kids. When that man said he wanted 5 to 6 kids, I'm not even going to hold y'all. I said, Haley, run. Run, girl. Hurry. Don't speed walk. Run. 5 to 6 kids. Do you not see what's happening in the world? Um, I feel a way about that. Like if she wanted 5 to 6 kids too, I would be like, okay, cool. Y'all on the same page. That's what y'all both want. So y'all know what comes with it. And then y'all been together for a year and a half. And when that man first said 5 to 6 kids, you didn't run. I don't know. Maybe she thought she would be able to change his mind. Because a lot of women meet these guys and they think that they'll be able to change their minds at some point for whatever it is. But we'll have to see. I feel like this is it's something about Blake. I don't. Is Blake and hey 5 to 6 kids? What if she has an issue with, conceiving? I just not that I'm wishing that on her at all, but how are you going to receive that? If it's a struggle to even get one, and you over here talking about 5 to 6. I mean, I hope that's not her situation, but I also hope she don't go have 5 to 6 damn kids. But that's just how I feel. Y'all gonna feel how y'all feel. That's how I feel. All right. Either way, she goes on to say that this man has not met her emotional needs. I said, oh, and that's part of the reason why she's not trying to get married. I said, good for you. He wants 5 to 6 kids and he's accomplished some things. Well, guess what? You have not accomplished. And that is her emotional needs, sir. Then, of course, the question was, okay, so are you going to walk away or whatever if she decides, if after this experience or whatever the case is it a definite no or something like that? And he tells her, he will have to walk away after this experience if she doesn't have a clear answer on what she wants from the relationship. And I'm like, sir, she kind of, I think she does. I guess he's thinking about the answer as far as yes or no. I'm thinking about the answer is when you meet her emotional needs, sir, then maybe she'll consider it. Okay. It's something about that. It gives like, you're the problem, not me type thing. But we're gonna have to see. I'll see. Either way, we have Ashley and Killian. They've been together for about 4 years. They've known each other for 14 years. They lived together for this entire 4 years. So she says that at one point he was ready to marry her. He asked her daddy. Asked the daddy, can I marry your daughter? Okay. And then turned around and changed his mind. And she like, okay, so why was you ready then, but you not ready now? Like, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? And so he said, because me and your daddy got into an argument. I didn't think he was gonna go there. I didn't think he was gonna put that family business out, but he was like, yeah, it was like a heated exchange or whatever. It was a situation that went down with the family. And because that situation went down, I had to, sit up here and think like, hmm, is it gonna be like this forever? They gonna keep not respecting me? What the hell am I marrying into? Are we gonna have to live separate lives? Like, what is it? And you know what? I think that'll put anybody on pause. But I want to know why the daddy was going off on you though. What you had did to their daughter? What you was out there doing, wasting and playing on people's time and tops? That the daddy had to get in your SHI. That's what I would like to know. Okay. But I'm still watching this. So let me see what else is going on. Okay, y'all. So Casey and David are chatting. First of all, she tries on the ring with the other three promise rings. I thought it was cute. You know what I'm saying? He said that it kind of crimps the style of the promise rings, is what he said. Shut your anyway. So then he goes on to say, you know why I can't commit, right? And I'm like, I want to know. I think she said, yeah. And he goes on to say that, oh, you know, I haven't seen like a happy marriage or a good marriage and this and that. I'm so tired of people using that damn excuse. I'm so sick of that fuck shit. People be saying, I haven't seen a good marriage. Okay, and some people wasn't raised with both of their parents. They probably had unhealthy as their parents probably had unhealthy relationships, but they were able to learn from that and go on and have children and have better relationships with the person they had kids with than their parents did. Okay. Some people also were not introduced to healthy marriages or whatever the case is and have had a long-standing healthy damn marriage. Like what the hell? Like stop using this as an excuse. Okay, it's really giving. If I lock you down, I see what they do with, how my homeboys are, and they lock down and how they can't do this, they can't do that. I'm afraid that I ain't gonna have no life. I'm afraid I ain't gonna be able to go here and do that and do this and do that. And I said, baby, somebody must be in his ear because I'm just, I don't know, I could be wrong, but that whole fuck Ah, I never seen any good marriages in my life. Shut up. Shut up. So then she said, so with seeing me with somebody else, and possibly choosing someone else, like, will that make you change? She was like, I don't know. I don't even want to think about that right now. What you think about it? Because that's why we here. Nugget. Think about it. I need y'all to understand that David is a fuck. I'm so sorry. He's a fuck nugget. It's just what it is for me. He's an F nugget. Um, I don't like the words that he uses. Oh, you're my world, and for you to give me an ultimatum to marry you is well, what? She's your world, right? Would you not want to marry your world? Am I personal? Right. Then he also goes on, I want you to understand what you're bringing me into. You're forcing me to get to know someone else and be vulnerable with them and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, you are great at manipulating. You see how you just flip this? Even though the situation is supposed to be used to help y'all, you're already letting her know when I do the things that I do. Just know this was your idea. You put me here. You put us in this situation. It's something about it that I absolutely cannot stand. I don't like it's the manipulation of it all. You're playing on her top. You're telling her she's your world, how much she means to you and stuff, but you don't want to marry her. And you also say, oh, my parents or whatever divorced more than once. And, I just haven't seen anything healthy at all. And when I get married, I just want to get married once. Well, it don't even seem like you're trying to get married once. I'm not even going to hold you. I'm rocking with Casey. It's somebody. And I'm like, sometimes when y'all not married, it may be a great thing. She might dip the hell up out this relationship. I feel like she not, because based on those face-tuned photos, she cares about public perception a lot. So she probably gonna sit up there and choose that man again. Meanwhile, we'll see how it's gonna play out. Cause I don't know. I don't know what these folks gonna be up here doing, but I just know he's giving a fuck nugget for me right now. So we meet Alex and Jabin, 23. I'm not sure of her background, but he is Indian. And part of the reason that they can't get married is because his family isn't as accepting of her because of her background. And he's afraid people will judge her or whatever and think that she's an outsider baby. I'm not gonna hold you, honey. I thought that y'all both was Indian. I'm just not even finna, I don't know what their girl background is, but y'all both look like y'all from the same. area. I'm not okay. It ain't no different than, black people in America and black people in Africa, child. Like, it looked like we might come from the same place. I mean, who's really thinking about that, right? But the parents are. So that's part of the problem. What I don't like is that they've been dating for 6 years. And he tells her something like, I have to, because she said, I wish your family would just get to know me for who I am. And he was like, well, I have to accept you first, before they accept you. I don't want to be 50-50. Baby, you've been 50-50 6 years. Okay. This girl been around for 6 years. And now you're on a TV show with this girl. Baby, your parents done got as mad as they gonna get. I'm so sorry. Okay. Either you stop wasting her time, cut your losses, and if you're gonna hold on to what your parents got to say so strongly, then let that girl go. Because it's been 6 years. And she don't need to let you carry her into the 10th one without being married or something. Okay? So stop playing and wasting that girl time. And ma'am, you stop wasting your time too. Okay, so either you're gonna stand on business and make your family respect it, or you're gonna let this girl go. Pick one. Thank you. Jessica Grace and this man, Edris, right? So she said she don't even know where they stand as they go into this whole situation. So it made me think that y'all broke up because he goes on to say, oh, you broke my boundary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I said 6 times. If she broke your boundaries that many times, sir, then why did you guys come to the show? Why did you go ahead and come to the show with her if she's broke your boundaries that many times? I don't know. And so I'm wondering, like, are they already broken up or something? And she brought him onto the show. He opens up and says, oh, well, you were, bumping chest with a guy or something. I guess working out with a guy, high fiving a guy. And I'm like, baby, not you upset that she high fiving somebody at the gym, a high five at the gym? You got to work on that security stuff. Okay, working out with somebody. I guess. I mean, I want to feel like what he has to say is valid, but then also at the same time, I feel like he's being nitpicky as well. And it just makes me wonder what else you got going on? What else you got going on? But also if I put the situation on her and he was doing all of that stuff, it wouldn't look good. Right? Him working out with a woman, okay, somebody else at the gym, they're working out together. Okay, cool. Now the number exchanging, is that really necessary? We'll meet up the same time. We always do pinky in the gym, work out, move on. Okay, high fiving a woman, like what? It's not that deep. But it's the number thing. But basically, when he gets to it, he says, Jessica has held me up to a certain standard of not interacting with other women in a certain way, but she don't even do that herself. And I'm like, okay, I see that as a problem. That is a problem. I don't like when people do that. Don't tell me to do da 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 da, and you not doing X, Y, and Z. So I do feel like he is valid in that sense, but I also feel like he could be using this. You know what I'm saying? I just be thinking everybody be manipulative, honey. So I don't know, but we'll see what's really going on. We'll see. I'm gonna keep watching. All right. So I'm trying to remember what this couple's name is. Is it Blake and Haley? I think it is him because he's the one that wants 5 to 6 kids. But either way, so these two are talking, right? And she talks about him not, wanting to commit and all this and that. And then him talking about not being emotional. He's not really an emotional person based on how he thinks and processes things. She doesn't really like that. They go from that conversation to talking about what if you're a partner with somebody and she wants to get physical with you? What are you going to do? He said, let her. And I'm like, okay, long as you're okay with that same thing happening when she does it. As long as you're cool, don't lose your shit now. Okay. He said, I believe we both agreed to come into this thing with absolutely no strings and just like fully go into the process. Okay, sincere. Either way, she's like, I'm not here for a hall pass. Like, I'm not here for this hall pass situation that you got going on. And with that, I'm not even gonna hold you. It kind of make me sick to my damn stomach. So she's feeling away. As she should, but that is the risk that you take when you bring your partner onto the ultimatum. So sorry. So the couples are mingling, right? And I feel like they're really focusing on Haley and how she moves throughout the different men and getting to know them. And I kind of like it. And the crazy thing is, her and David got a lot in common. The chemistry was there, honey. The chemistry was there. They got a lot in common. They didn't look half bad together. We'll see what she's going to do. But I love how she was moving throughout the men, getting to know everybody. As you know, that's what they're supposed to do anyway. And so she sits down with Killian, and Killian opens up about the situation with the daddy child. He said that the daughter, I think her name was Ashley, his girlfriend Ashley, she was working for her dad. And then she got tired of working for the dad, being under his thumb and stuff. So she wanted to like quit, leave, or whatever. And so the dad got upset with him and thought that he was the one telling her that. And he's like, no, I wasn't telling her that. That was her own idea. But I understand you feeling away because I'm probably gonna take your daughter away, to a whole nother place. And I feel like I see now. I don't know if Ashley went and told the dad, "Hey dad, no, it was my idea," or if she stood to the side and watched him be pounced on. And if that's the case, he may feel like you ain't got my back, especially when it comes to your family. So why would I marry into this? And maybe he stuck around with her hoping that things would get better, and it just really hasn't gotten better. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's fast forward because we're getting into what is this, dinner time, hangout time, or whatnot. And you have all the girls, all the guys. And Haley, right out the gate, she's feeling away because her guy came over there to her and he wasn't trying to embrace her, hug her, or none of that, like the other guys were doing their ladies. And she's like, want an ultimatum and you can't even come in here and give me a hug. Like, what you on? Okay, I don't know. Maybe he felt the way from earlier when he asked you what you're drinking on, and you said, "You know what I'm drinking," and you kept walking. So I don't know. But okay, now you got Jabril over here joking with the guys. Okay. Jabril kind of makes me think a little bit of the guy from Married at First Sight, and I can't even think. I think his name is Felipe. Okay, like talk too much, jumpy a little bit. He kind of reminds me of him. But either way, Jabril is joking with the guys, and he's saying his whole plan is to sleep during his trial marriage, cook, and gain weight. So it's basically giving, I'm not trying to, work on nothing when it comes to myself. I'm just really here on some vacation type of stuff. Okay, well, good luck with that. He says he only has two options in the house, and I believe it's JG and Monica. And I guess he's talking about how slim they are. So are you trying to feed them to get them, bigger? I don't know what he's on, but he is I'm cringing. Meanwhile, all right. And then he said the new wife or his wife has to be like his new mom or something like that. I'm like, okay, boy. Monica and David are talking, and I don't want these two to connect because I kind of like the connection better of David and Haley. So I wanted to see what that was going to be with them having a lot in common. But Monica seems to know exactly what she wants. Baby David seems to be her type. She back over there in his face again. Meanwhile, you got both of their partners sitting over there watching them. And Casey asked, because I think Luke I can't remember, he asked her some question. Either way, Casey asked him if he feels like David, if he's intimidated by David, and he was like, absolutely. Because David happens to be Miss Girl's type. And I'm like, it's clear. It's clear she's choosing on him. So don't nobody else come over there because she want that big man to pick her up. I can already tell you it's gonna get sexual with Monica and David, it's already gonna get sexual because I think she's just thinking about being picked up and all that stuff, child. But either way, hey, good luck. That's why y'all brought the people here, right? Good luck. Y'all, Killian then admitted that he cheated on Ashley. So this is the reason why her daddy was really on your ass, sir. And you want to sit up here? Oh, it was a altercation that happened with me and her dad, and this and that. And now it was on the table. He agreed to the proposal, and then he took it back. Like you didn't tell us that part, and I was wondering if that's what it was, and if her daddy got on your ass and she did not have your back or support you. Now it makes sense why she probably didn't. Okay. Blake over there talking to Monica, I believe it is. I'm like, Monica, yeah, go over there with him. Cause I really want to see what it does with Haley and David, but I feel like they're not gonna pick each other. But either way, he tells her that he's interested in her and Ashley. I mean, they're the two blonde girls. We'll see how this is gonna go. Okay. Alex and Jabril are talking, and she tells him that she believes she's falling for someone. Of course, she's playing on I guess his emotions, trying to get a reaction out of him. He didn't really like what she had to say, but it don't seem like he's taking none of this serious. And it was interesting because I was already thinking that he was looking at this situation as though it was like a vacation. And then later on, he ends up telling her that. Like, is he even somebody you really would want to marry? Y'all been together for 6 years and you still stand up here talking about he need to grow up? Like, I'm cringing. David and Haley are talking, and she tells him about Blake not hugging her and how she and her feelings about that. Like, he didn't take that into consideration. You see everybody else embracing their ex. You didn't want to come embrace me. So David tells her maybe he didn't realize it when he did it, And she was like, well, it's just really unfair to me and da 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 da. And I'm kind of like, you don't got to do this, right? If you feel like everything is so unfair, you don't have to be with him, girl. Okay, but I see what kind of man you dealing with. He telling you straight out the gate that if it gets physical, he gonna get physical right back. But okay, either way, at least he telling you, I guess, versus saying he not gonna do that and then he end up doing that. But whatever you gonna do. David decides to go over there and tell Blake like, "Yo, go over there and talk to Haley. I'm gonna talk to Ashley with the big titties." Okay, so then Haley, Blake get over there. She damn near go off on him. She's snapping on him. Um, she's upset saying, you know how you don't know how it makes me feel watching you flirt with other people and this and that. You don't care. And I'm like, first of all, this is the process, baby, that you signed up for. He's getting to know other people. So if they're laughing, they're talking, hee hee ha ha, girl, that's a part of it. I'm so sorry. And so he's like, well, I care about you. I love you. I apologize. I thought we were good from last night when we talked about it throughout the day. You've been blowing me kisses and stuff. So I'm thinking that we're perfectly fine. Right. And I'm like, Haley, what's going on? What's going on? Is nobody interested in you? It seemed like David, maybe. I haven't seen anybody else really show interest. So is nobody else interested in you like that? And that's why you're focusing on him. And I mean, of course, you got feelings involved. But I feel like if somebody was really giving you the time of day and really, really interested and you were interested back, you probably wouldn't give a damn about what he doing over there. But because you ain't really got no interest like that, you and your feelings about what you're seeing when he's just having a conversation. I don't know. I didn't feel like he was doing a whole lot. I just feel like he was having a conversation. Right. So then she tells him, you don't care, you don't care, you don't care about how things make me feel. You do this all the time. And I'm like, oh, so he flirts in your face or talk to other BITs and hee hee ha ha and laugh with them all the time. So is it just about his emotions or is it bigger than that? Is it affection as well? Like, what's going on? Right. So he tells her, I didn't know that you wanted that from me. And yeah, he would have got cussed out. Cause I feel like the way she's snapping on you right now, you knew that she wanted that from you. You knew that. You knew, you knew. It's really interesting to me that Haley is going off on him after y'all have now entered this process. Y'all are now broken up. You guys are exes, okay? And you snap it. I told you to comfort me, validate me, do this, do that. He doesn't really have to do that in this moment because the goal is to meet somebody else, okay? What are we doing here? I'm about as confused as his ass is, y'all. Yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Leave your thoughts and comments down below on the first episode. We'll get into more as I continue to watch them and discuss. But leave your thoughts and comments down below on episode 1. I'm Jamie, that's me, and I'll catch you guys over in the next one. Bye.
How we get up, just call back, right back. We can spend